The Sedan mine was the first to open on the Vermilion Range in 1882. Ely's Pioneer mine was the last to close.
Pioneer mine started in 1889, closed in 1967. It was owned by the Oliver Iron Mining Company, which turned into U.S. Steel at one time.
Seraphine Rolando was known to Ely locals and tourists as the driver of this vintage Jeep with dummy 50 cal. He gives tours of the headframe for the A shaft of the Pioneer mine. He tells visitors that the Sedan mine went down 2,300 feet through solid rock. The Pioneer went down 1,700 feet into ore that was fractured and crumbly and soaked with water.
That's soup, right there. That comes down on you, and you got nowhere to go.
That made the Pioneer and the other 4 Ely mines working the same ore body dangerous places. 213 miners were killed in the mine's 83 years. When the mine shut down, the shafts were capped with concrete and half the buildings were demolished. The rest were left to rust like the A shaft in this picture I took in 1974. By the 80s, Seraphine and several other volunteers plus the city of Ely started cleaning up the property and filling it with a mini-museum. Today, this young man from the cities finds the mine fascinating, especially the creation of Miners Lake from subsidence of the surface as the ore was removed from below.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm just surprised, how much has changed. At one point you look out there and it's basically all land, and now it's basically a big mine pit with water in it right now.
The volunteers who helped Seraphine Rolando at the Pioneer know that's the creation of their ancestors who came from the old country for a life underground. Bill Erzar's family did just that.
Went by train from Ellis to Detroit to Chicago to Milwaukee to Duluth. Stayed in Duluth a couple of days. Then they came up to Virginia by train, and then they walked from Virginia to Ely.
Holding on to history in Ely, Dave Anderson, Northern News Now.